Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Anderson and I come to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba on Treaty 1 territory. I am truly honored to be the 2022 recipient of the Neurological Health Charity Canada Changemaker Award. I would like to begin by acknowledging that across this country there are many individuals who have embraced the inner strength that is required to turn difficult diagnoses into social advocacy through their respective initiatives. I have long been moved by the disability community, and I think about all the ways that they've inspired my journey as I humbly accept this incredible award. The roots of my advocacy began at a very young age. I experienced lack of oxygen at birth, which resulted in me acquiring brain damage. For the first 12 years of my life, my family and I had believed I had cerebral palsy, since that was my original diagnosis. Years of physical decline, including posture irregularities and consequent pain, finally led to a diagnosis of generalized dystonia. To thrive in this world as a lifelong wheelchair user, my mother instinctually recognized the need for me to develop a voice of my own. At a young age, she would support me in describing any illnesses or symptoms to my doctors. She always told me that people are not mind readers, and if I need something, I'm going to have to ask for it. Middle school was the first time that I used my words for the purpose of advocacy. I had two incredible teachers who gave an open-ended assignment where students were encouraged to write about anything important to them. At the time, I had been newly diagnosed with dystonia, so I recognized the task as an important opportunity to share my reality with my teachers. When I did, they pulled me aside and complimented me on my bravery and, most importantly, on my literary talent. They even asked for permission to share it with the class, to which I agreed. This was the moment that I realized I had an impactful story and the voice to share it. Inspired, 2 years later, I went on to become a Manitoba School Ambassador for the Rick Hansen Foundation. As a young teen, I was grateful for the opportunity to present to classrooms and gymnasiums of students from all grades about the importance of accessibility and inclusion. I spoke about Rick Hansen's journey and shared my life with dystonia. To advocate through motivational speaking and see children get excited about becoming allies was a truly incredible experience. At the same time, I began attending meetings with the Winnipeg Dystonia Support Group. They connected me with the Dystonia Medical Research Foundation Canada, who offered a variety of resources to support me. I was also honored to be given the first ever teen ambassador position, where I support youth across Canada living with this life-altering disorder. One of the aspects I enjoy the most is teaching others how to advocate for themselves. Most of the time, it's about getting them to see their own potential. When they value themselves, they are more willing to stand up for what they need in order to be successful. When it was time to begin planning for my post-high school life, I knew I needed to chase my goal of becoming an educator. Despite the discomfort of my symptoms, I managed to graduate with honors and was chosen to be the 2018 valedictorian for my school. This gave me the confidence that I needed to overcome systemic, financial, and home care barriers that jeopardized my ability to attend post-secondary. Most students walked into University of Winnipeg to begin a new path in their life. And while for me, I could relate to this partly, the journey of navigating systems to get there made it also feel like a bit of a finish line. It wasn't long, though, before I realized how fortunate I was to be joining such an inclusive university community. I was surrounded by classmates and professors who were happy to accommodate me, so long as I could indicate my needs. More than ever before, self-advocacy became a necessary component of my life. What's more, I quickly noticed how some fellow students with disabilities really struggled with this skill. These observations, combined with the fact I saw room for improvement with the environmental accessibility on campus, inspired me to want to take action. Upon a suggestion of a friend, I ran into an election for the University of Winnipeg Student Association Board of Directors. And to make a long story short, I am now currently enjoying my 4th and final year as a student representative. Well, I had the privilege of being trusted to lead several initiatives. Among the most notable is the UWSA's More Than a Door campaign. The goal of this ongoing work is to equip campus doors with power-operated buttons that would make entering and exiting both internal and external doorways easier for students and community members of all abilities. The campaign name came from the reality that every silver button installed is a symbol of independence attained and dignity restored. Every button made accessible is a welcome reminder that students with disabilities continue to be acknowledged and valued in the wider disability group and University of Winnipeg community. The campaign thus far has resulted in a partnership with the university, leading to the purchase of 78 new automatic door operators being gradually installed around the campus. This collective accomplishment is significant, and the campaign shows no sign of dwindling until every door is made accessible to everyone. Aside from my student association initiatives, during my final year of university, I was honored to be asked by several professors to be a guest lecturer in their courses. I had the opportunity to speak to pre-service and current educators about my experience in the school system as a person with generalized dystonia. My aim was to expose parts of disability life that often is hidden under the surface. The components that may be subtle, but nevertheless impact the journey of children in the disability community. These opportunities are signifiers of social progress when academic institutions and the professionals within them are tapping into the knowledge and valuing the lived experience of others. As a young woman with a disability, I am grateful to see this shift. As I wrap up my time in university, these past few months have been a combination of joy and challenge. It's surreal to finally become a teacher after a half a decade of post-secondary time. This transition, as amazing as it feels, has also meant that I began my search for employment. I will be transparent about the fact that it took a lot of personal strength and support from others to enter a field dominated largely by non-disabled employees. The reality for people in the disability community is that they can have all the education and qualifications, and depending on the mindset of the interviewers, the odds may not be in their favor. Statistically, thus far, I'm grateful to be one of the fortunate few. The reason I'm unable to attend this ceremony live today is because I was offered a term position to end the school year. There's been a lot of learning curves, and among the most rewarding was when I realized that the lessons I plan don't seem to be the only ones that I teach. On my first day, I was met with a sea of surprised teenage faces, as my presence alone challenged their stereotypic ideals of a teacher. As time passed, this sense of peculiarity has shifted to becoming a normal component of the classroom culture. In all the challenges it presents, this is the gift that dystonia has given me. Yes, the advocate in me, and all the things in which I've engaged, and the journey behind it, is in part the result of personal growth. However, what I hope to have highlighted today is that changemakers are not born, they are nurtured. Every day, and especially in moments like this, I am filled with appreciation for those who taught me the power of my voice. I also think about all the trailblazers in the disability community who reminded me that for every unbeaten path we brave comes a beaten trail for others to travel. So when it comes to changemakers in your area, may you find it within yourself to raise them, to teach them, to be an ally in their journeys. Finally, to those who lead a life lived differently, may you continue to find the courage to make change in your own ways. Thank you.